我们即将敲锣开市，请大家以热烈的掌声欢迎。
We're here at the live ceremony at the Hong Kong Stock Exchange, and the market is open. It is 9:30. We're just running a couple minutes behind, but you can see they are assembling in front of the gong. This is a big listing ceremony today, the launch of crypto ETFs. It'll be the first time in Asia retail investors have a chance to trade cryptocurrency ETFs at spot prices. Now, this comes just 3 months after the U.S. launch of similar ETFs tracking spot Bitcoin. It has drawn billions in dollars of net inflows, also contributing to a surge in a Bitcoin price earlier this year. Year to date, it's about 50%. It has hit all-time highs last month, over 73,000 US dollars. Now, you can see that the Bitcoin ETFs, there's about 14 ETFs that have hit the market today from 3 different issuers. Those issuers are China Asset Management Company, Harvest Global Investment, and Hashkey Exchange. You can see the countdown has started.
4, 3, 2, 1,敲!
And yes, while this drives credibility and legitimacy to the entire crypto market, because this is not only for Bitcoin, but also more specifically for Ethereum, for Ether as an asset, this is very, very bullish for this cycle and very important that opens the gates. And I think we're going to see the fruits of that during this bull run, right? Not right away like we saw it with the US Bitcoin ETF that was approved. Because also, if you look at the numbers, now, as I'm recording this video, the first day of trading just concluded in Hong Kong, and the numbers were not really impressive, right? We only saw 12 million US dollars that were traded, according to Wu Blockchain at least. I just checked out this tweet before hitting record, but we saw the first 6 Bitcoin and Ethereum spot ETFs only accounting for 87.5 million Hong Kong dollars, which compared to the first trading of the US Bitcoin ETF that went to $4.6 billion, right? So that's a 383x in the first day trading volume compared to Hong Kong, which is obviously underwhelming. But I think we have to give this more time and we have to see how this evolves. And speaking of the Bitcoin ETF, we can look at the markets from yesterday. BlackRock still at 0, so flows are still halted. And now we have not only Grayscale, but also Fidelity and ARK Invest with large outflows. Actually, ARK Invest yesterday, 31 million in outflows. And even though we see BlackRock still halted their ETF flow, we are about to witness a flipping in which BlackRock overtakes Grayscale as the largest Bitcoin spot ETF provider in the world. Anyways, that's still bearish environment, obviously. Bitcoin spot ETF in the US still seeing outflows, which it means sell pressure for the Bitcoin markets, and the Hong Kong ETF for both Bitcoin and Ethereum extremely underwhelming, right? So this is obviously now being reflected on the charts. We're seeing now, as I'm recording, $62,000 Bitcoin. This is now as an immediate reaction basically on the Hong Kong news. I think this is a perfect reaccumulation phase, right? This is now where, again, the weak hands are switching backs with the diamond hands and with those that keep accumulating, that keep buying, right? So yeah, that's how I see that situation. If we look more specifically into the Cosmos ecosystem, we see Kronos up today, and Kronos widening the gap between the Cosmos Hub and Atom in terms of market cap, right? Based on circulating, Kronos now is with $480 million, leading the largest Cosmos chain in production there is. So that's Kronos making some moves. If you look at the top gainers, we see Omniflix up 31% today. Very happy to see that. They are currently also powering a Web3 conference here in Dubai. So the core team of Omniflix is currently also here in Dubai. The top loser today, Mars Protocol, 9.6% almost. But I think they have had a bit of a run the days before. So yeah, not as bad as it seems. But yeah, the rest is quite bearish. Also, I think Stargaze, 1.88 cents. This is absolutely nuts, this price level. And this implies a $56 million fully diluted valuation for the premier NFT marketplace in Cosmos, which is absolutely mind-blowing in my opinion. And I think once we see a bit of a Cosmos season and more kind of excitement and a bit of an altcoin relief rally, I think Stargaze is going to pump massively. So let's see, in my view, still severely underrated. Anything below 100 million FDV is nuts in my opinion. Another thing that's nuts, talking of nuts, this has actually been huge news last night as EigenLayer introduced the Eigen Foundation, the Eigen token, and season 1 of the stake drop. The immediate reaction was obviously excitement. Finally, you know, one of the biggest, most highly anticipated launches in crypto is happening. Token launches, right? The mainnet is already live since a couple of weeks or even months. Now we know the token May 10th. You saw it here. This has made huge waves, huge visibility, but also it caused immediate backlash pretty much, right? Because a lot of people have been trying to farm Eigen points. There's even a marketplace for that. And EigenLayer, for those that don't know, is basically introducing restaking. So it enables to restake your ETH to secure other chains, even in other ecosystems, right? And we have one in Cosmos called Ethos Stake that is going to be a Cosmos SDK built chain that is secured by restaked ETH through EigenLayer. So it's basically an AVS, as you can see here. Also, we can go through a list in a second. And EigenLayer itself managed to get 5 million ETH. Note that this is ETH times $3,000. This implies a $15 billion plus TVL. And here you can see an overview of the AVSs, which by the way stands for actively validated services. AltLayer is one of them. We talked about this. We also got an airdrop for that. Omni Network is here. And yeah, I think this is still a small list. I think Ethos is also going to be here. We see EigenDA, which is a data availability layer that's also actually built by the EigenLayer core team, as far as I know, at least. But yeah, this has been announced. The token has been announced as the Universal Intersubjective Work Token, which is a very complex term. I also saw some memes on Twitter, especially from the Solana community. Like, this is a lot. And like, I also tried to read the paper, to be honest. It's not only very like complex the way it's written, but also it's very, very, very long. So if you got the time, please read through that paper. It's a big, big paper. But obviously, there are a lot of concerns around kind of the slashing risk, about the security mechanisms and security assumptions in the whole Eigen restaking system. And for restaking in general, right? I talked about it a lot. And I always said that there are a lot of unknown variables, right? Because this is a new thing. And especially for newer chains and newer products and newer kind of teams that are building this, this is highly experimental, right? And I keep saying this. This is what you should see crypto as a whole anyways, right? It's a giant experiment. But yeah, there's also a shorter version of that, which is a 9-minute read from Eigen Labs. I skimmed through that, but it's also a bit complex, right? And they're not really mentioning a lot here about the actual distribution of the token, you know, the whole tokenomics and rollout. They're just saying that, you know, they have phase 1 of the stake drop, which I'll get to, but phase 1, and then there's going to be more phases. So I think in total they're allocating 15%, for basically an airdrop, or kind of as an incentive or reward for those that restaked, or for those that are, you know, collecting points. A lot of people over the years have always commented under my videos that, you know, everything in Cosmos with all the airdrops, it's an inside play and people get excluded, and as if, you know, making it sound as if it was a Cosmos specific issue. But then you look at EigenLayer, you look at even other coins in other ecosystems, whether that's in Solana or even, you know, Stark. I think when they rolled out that coin, there was also some fodder on that. And airdrops_1 put out this map here from all the regions that are banned or partially banned from the EigenLayer airdrop. And this whole geo-blocking is getting worse and worse. Obviously, they want to protect themselves, their foundation, their investors, right? So they kind of have to play by these rules. One solution for at least the geo-blocking stuff might be to check out something like Sentinel, which is also a Cosmos native application that's all around privacy and decentralized VPN. Because I think even some VPN providers are, you know, not able to go around the geo-blocking. So maybe check that out here. They even put out a tweet here in response to the EigenLayer airdrop and, you know, geo-blocked users. But yeah, this is basically the state of the broader community kind of reacting to the Eigen airdrop. I'll leave you with that. And like a side, and my thesis is also that 4, 5, 6 months from now, when the market has recovered, when the Eigen token has been listed on all major exchanges, when things have cooled off a little bit, that people will be excited and actually start to kind of engage with the network itself. And I think by then, a lot of people will have moved on. And that's also something that we're doing right now. We're moving on to the next topic, and that is the NIM Mainnet. This is actually happening tomorrow. So I made a tweet yesterday. This is happening tomorrow on Wednesday. And this one is very exciting, not only because it's kind of an AI gaming chain, it's the first rollup on Dymension, but also because we get a big fat airdrop for that. If you are a dime staker, if you are a diamond hand, you're getting part of that NIM supply. And they are airdropping 5% of the total supply to dime stakers alone, right? There's even other categories and other communities that are getting this airdrop, but as dime stakers, we're getting the lion's share of that airdrop. And if you want to know what NIM is all about and how their AI gaming domain as the first rollup on Dymension actually works, they're also using Celestia's DA underneath, then you should check out this thread that we pushed out here from Cito about all things NIM network. Finally, I also want to give you some glimpse of alpha. We're actually going to have a bit of a NFT corner, the Cito NFT Corner, a new video and a new format coming up where I also want to cover more the kind of NFT economy in Cosmos. Most of it is still happening on Stargaze. Obviously, I talked about it earlier, but there's also more and more NFT collections on different chains, right? So we're going to cover that in a future video. And until then, I hope you're not getting shaken out by this correction, by this consolidation, reaccumulation phase. We've been covering this here on this channel in real time over the years. Major bloodbaths in altcoins, major exploits, major events, right? Bearish events, negative sentiments. We stick through the bear market. I will see you tomorrow. Until then, stay safe and be good.